This information is meant to promote industry best practices by towing and roadside industry professionals. This information is not intended to serve as a substitute for a company's own training, experience, or judgment. It is a viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found here. Welcome, everyone. My name is Mike Farmer with Allstate Roadside. I'm sitting here with Paul Stevens. Hey, Paul, lately there's been a lot of confusing information out there about toe pins. As an OEM consultant and a product expert, can you help us maybe unravel the misunderstanding?
Sure, Mike. We're going to review some industry best practices and manufacturer recommendations to help remove some of the confusion around toe pins. There are companies and operators that are afraid to use the toe pin. The problem with that is that they usually end up damaging other components, such as the tie rod, the lower control arm, or the front valance by attaching to things they really shouldn't be attaching to. The toe pin is designed to be pulled in a straight line, and it can only take up to 15 degrees of an angle in any direction. After that, it starts to fatigue the metal and can fail. So we hear these horror stories in our industry that are related to toe pin failures. But basically, it comes down to just two things. One, proper toe pin installation, and number two, utilizing a catch strap. The ultimate goal is to screw that toe pin all the way in and seat it. Once it's seated, it's now become one with that torque box or that frame rail or the front bumper mount. Once you've done that, the next concern you have is getting your hook into that toe pin. And we always preach from a manufacturer aspect to put a small strap in between the toe pin and the cable hook itself. And what that will do is that will allow a little bit of flexibility in there so you're not torque loading that front box. So next we have the catch strap. And you always want to consider using a secondary safety device such as a catch strap, which actually attaches to your cable and attaches to a secure place underneath the vehicle, such as the lower control arm or the frame rail, which will help protect you and the vehicle in the rare event of some form of toe pin failure. The next concern you have is that your winch usually located in the center of the bed, and the toe pin is located usually on the right or left frame rail. Now you have an angle factor. As you're winching that vehicle up the bed, you have the incline and you have the angle of the winch. So that cable is constantly torquing on that front end as you're loading the vehicle. This is a view of how to center the toe pin up using a snatch block. Use the snatch block at the attachment point of the vehicle and run the other end of the cable up to the corner of the bed. That will help pull the vehicle in a straight line and keep the toe pin under the 15-degree mark. As you get closer and closer to the top, you need to stop, 30, 36 inches away from the winch bucket area so that the cable doesn't become overloaded by the angle factors. The most misunderstood point about a toe pin is that they fail, and they fail easy. Most tests run on failed toe pins have proven that they don't just fail. So it's usually some form of operator error by not seating the toe pin properly or exceeding the 15-degree angle. So the manufacturer supplies you with a toe pin in order to keep that front fascia from being damaged. The vehicle's structural integrity is built around that toe pin loading process. If you're going to utilize a cable underneath the vehicle, you could ultimately cause some expensive damages to that lower balance panel or the front fascia. So utilize that toe pin to eliminate expensive damages. These best practices will take you to the next level as an operator.
So it's very clear, if you're not using a toe pin properly, then you're setting yourself up for potential trouble. So follow the manufacturer's guidelines for the vehicle you're servicing. Thanks, Paul. Thanks everyone for joining us. Hey, if there's anything that you'd like to learn a little bit more about or dive a little deeper in, we'd be happy to answer questions. Reach out to us at arseducate@allstate.com. Thanks, and be safe out there.